All right, so I'm going to walk you through the digital credit application today. This is it's WEX branded. I just want to let you be aware of that. We will have it branded appropriately with your terms and conditions and everything that you need when we're ready to go with you all. Let me share my screen with you real quick so you can see what I'm doing. We will provide, once we get it all set up, I'll provide Jane with a link, and that link is up here on the top. You can see up here, and you'll just take that and you can embed that into your own websites or wherever your documentation is, and that'll be the link that you'll be providing and sharing out to your customers going forward anytime they would like to go through the application process. Simple as that. Here's a link, go for it, and they can go ahead and self-serve themselves. Really nice, easy, slick, secure, no more passing emails no more passing social security numbers or bank statements or any of that via emails anymore. It's all going to be secured here through the digital credit application and also a little portal that we have in case we need to collect some additional information. So I think this is a big win. Yay for WEX. Okay, so your customer would get this application and then they would land here. And we have some opportunities for some branding here. This is very like our WEX this year. You can work with Jane on what you want the side to look like. You don't have to have any bullets. We have some predefined bullets, or, again, these conversations can be had with Jane and what we want to nail down, if you want to show a card or not a card and all that. So we do have some flexibility on the left-hand side here for your customers. Let's see here. And then also I don't have on here, but on the right-hand side, we'll have a little place for customer service. You can have a phone number or you can have an 800 number. So if a customer is stuck anywhere in the process, they can either contact a generic place with you all or whomever, or an 800 number. Again, you are able to define that and how you want your customers to reach out to you during the application process.
And that could be like the Wyndham team, or it could be you guys.
Yeah, anyone you want.
We have that Ryan, that's that amendment I sent over to you
earlier
about being an affiliate, and that will take care of all that language on whose number can be posted.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Wendy picked that up and she's reviewing it with legal. So
awesome. Thanks.
All right. I'm just going to go in and put test all through this so that no one. So these are all required fields here. I'm just going to do something unique here. Okay, phone number, and make sure they have their phone number entered in because they'll be getting a one-time verification code, and that's our secured baked in. Excuse me, let's have a dog bark. If they do, if you can hear them, please let me know. It never fails. Let's see, test.
Can't hear him.
Oh, it's so crazy how these canceling headphones really work. That blows my mind.
Because you hear them, the dogs.
Yes, and it's annoying and it distracts me, but we'll blame that on my husband because he loves dogs. Okay, so they just put all that information in. They have their phone number, very familiar. We all do this all day long with these codes that we get. Let's enter that in. 5, 4.
Hopefully having tools like this will cut down on the problems we had this week, like with Canada and getting the application being flagged by fraud. These extra steps that the customer will go through will really help with any of the fraud alerts that we've been getting.
Right. We have partnered very heavily or closely with the bank as to what the requirements are. So every field in here is what the bank needs to make a decision. So just want to be clear on that. Some of the items that were on the paper application have been, reviewed and we've tweaked because we just want to make it as easy, streamlined, and only collect what we really need to collect for each customer instead of all documents that we've had around for a few years. Here is information needed. It's very much like TurboTax. Everybody's familiar with it. Here's a list of all the things that you have. And again, this will probably be a little bit different for your they're all the same, but there'll be a couple extra bullets here. Just want to be aware of that, and we'll share them with you when we get them completely nailed down. But it's primarily, your 3 months of your most recent bank statements. We know we need to collect that on every single one of our applicants, depending on the limit. If it's higher than 150,000, we'll want more information, and we will lay that out there for the customer, and they'll be required to put that in the application. But it's just a friendly reminder, go get all this stuff beforehand so we can get through the application. Okay, hit continue. So the business physical address here. I do know, I have heard, maybe Jane, you can speak to that too. Sometimes we get a lot of applications kicked back because the physical address isn't matching the information on the documentation. So we're really trying to get it as clean and crisp and the data as accurate as possible. We're using a service, a Google service that will go out and validate some addresses. And you'll see here when I add something in here.
So Molly, this would help with the address, the BPAV, as they call it, issue that we
Yes.
also had last week.
Right.
You
Right.
got it. Port. All right, Maine. All right. So you can see here, it did a quick check. It did a Google verification check. And what I entered was street, but really it should be ST according to, the legal, legit, how you actually do that. This does happen a lot and people just enter it in incorrectly. So, it's a nice little check that we have here. Okay, so we've got that in there. Now we just need to collect some business details information. So here's the business description. There's a list. If it doesn't fall in one of these categories, there's other, and they can enter in exactly what they would like here in this field here. So hopefully it matches one of these. I'll select that healthcare. So then there's the NAF codes, which I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. There's a lot in here. I just want to share with you all that we have a feature coming out, hopefully the end of this quarter, to really shorten this down and just provide some codes, because I think some of our customers get a bit confused with which ones to actually choose. So that will be changing hopefully sooner than later. So let's just select this. Molly, did you say something? Because you are fading in and out. Oh, no.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
If they put the wrong thing, like the wrong industry, will it flag that or will it? No. Okay.
I think the bank would probably, if they would ask some questions, they would reach out to the customer before that they would reach out to the customer if it's not something that falls into their criteria. But it's not going to stop the application from going to the bank. Every one of our applications are reviewed by a credit analyst, so they will probably question that if need be. Okay, business structure. There's some logic baked behind this here. I would say majority of yours are probably corporations. And what I mean by what is the logic behind it, depending on what type of business structure, we require the business owner a BOE form or a person with control. So if you select corporation, we will require that. Federal, state, local government, we do not have business owners or person with control. So it's just important that they make sure that they select what type of business structure they have. So I'll select corporation so you can see the whole flow. And then company website is a required field that we have. And year established. If it's within this year, we will have them actually tell us what month it is. But beyond that, it doesn't really matter.
Will the website kick you out, Dottie, if it's, I mean, you obviously don't have like.
No, we do not.
All right, just.
No check.
A.com.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. Well, hopefully they'll give us the right one.
Yeah, hopefully. We'd like to know who the customers are. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because they do require that. The bank does require that field. So if they don't provide it and we look it up, we'll have to reach out for them and say, can you give us
the real
one? You got
one.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we have everything. Okay, this is a bit unique and I don't think it applies, Jane, to this, do they have MMDA?
Yes.
Okay. So depending on what type of financial needs your customer is going after, you're going to have a business credit line here, or you'll have the MMDA. So there'll be two options that the customer will have, and we explain what each one is and what to the customer.
I don't know what MMDA is, but
like secure funds, like anyone that's prepaying the account, money market depository account. But we'll be talking about flexible funds on our next monthly call, so get ready.
Yeah, it's coming. Hopefully, it's a good thing. So this will be set up specifically for your program, and if you offer the secure deposit, the MMDA, we will be showing that instead of the flexible funding here, and we can hide that. So it all depends on what you and again how you work with Jane, what you're offering. We will be working closely together for that. So let's just say business credit line that they're going after. Okay, so they need their financial details. So it's the tax ID they need to enter in. Annual gross revenue from the fiscal year before. So let's put that in there. And then the fiscal year start, probably 9 out of 10 times it's January, but in case it's not, they can have the option to select whatever that is. And then we have billing cycles. And again, this will be set up based on and specific to you and only you. So if you only offer daily or weekly, we won't have monthly or biweekly. Again, this will be set up specifically for your program. I think they offer all of them, don't they, Jane? Yeah, they do.
We're very excited to have the monthly on there, right, Ryan?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. And then with that, then you have the days to pay. Again, I think monthly, is it 15 days to pay? I mean, again, I can set it up however the days to pay are, but and we would only show the customer what we offer to WEX. I mean, to do business with WEX. So for example, if I selected weekly, we only offer 5 days for that. And if they did daily, and again, I will work to make sure these are all set up exactly how you want it to be for your customers and what's been agreed upon in the terms and conditions. So then we've got like that daily. So that's kind of what that looks like. And then customers selected all of that. And then from there, it's the payment details. This doesn't have it here, but we will do a soft calculation for the customer. And what that means is we'll take whatever their monthly spend is and we'll divide it by their billing cycle. So if it was monthly, then we would divide it by 12 and we would come up with a kind of like an average number of what it was. They can override that. So for example, let's just say it was have $100,000 is their monthly spend and they have biweekly. So we would show $50,000 because that's probably what they're going to get for their credit line. It's just to kind of help guide them because we don't want them to put in
Sure.
$1 million, but we also want to give them control because this is what they are applying for. Okay, so I'm just going to put in an amount here, 1,000. And then intended use of funds. There's 3 categories. The bank would really like to understand, is it a pass-through, general business, working capital? You're probably like, well, what does that mean? We have a little info box here. It kind of explains to what they are. And it's for pass-through is for resellers, general businesses for the operation expenses, which I think probably majority of yours are, and then working capital.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
would be surprised if we work with any resellers or brokers, but
yeah, you don't know. Yeah, so it's just good data to collect. All right, so payment type. Here we have debit ACH, credit ACH, or wire. That's what your customer can select. I do want to make a note though, if they do select debit ACH, we will collect the bank information. I think today we collect it through a direct debit form. Well, now it's right here. And so if the customer selects debit ACH, we will gather that bank information, do a check to validate that that bank is accurate so that when we pull in funds, we'll know it's a valid account.
so I would call payment type funding type, but so it's the same, like how the customer is going to fund how they desire to fund their account.
It's a payment. We have the definition here as a payment type is the method you choose to pay your credit card bill.
To pay your credit card bill. Okay. Not make payments to your
Other people.
suppliers or
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
It's to us. Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay. Great questions. Okay. And then, so I selected ACH debit. So then I need to put this information in here. So your bank, you need to do your matching your account number and then your routing number and all that. And then there's on our direct debit form, we have this legal terms. So we just put it into the application for the customer to read it, to kind of understand why we're doing that and what we're doing with the information. We hit continue. And then at that point here, we're at the business owners. And today, Jane, do they do DocuSign for all of this?
It's also the BOCA.
Oh, they're doing the BOCA. Yeah, exactly. So we are collecting the business owner information here. I like this feature a lot compared to what we have in the BOCA and some of our other applications here at WEX. This gives the applicant the ability to collect this information in a few ways. One is I can, as an applicant, fill it out myself. I can send it, or I can send it over to, like say you, Ryan, you are the BO, and I can send it to you and you can fill it out. I think that's a really slick way to do it. There's no more, some of it we would do DocuSign, so it's just really easy here. It's all encapsulated inside this application. So I'll do one really quickly and show you what it looks like. So let's just see here. I'm gonna act like continue. I'm gonna act like I don't know Jane. Jane is I work with Jane. She owns this company. She owns a lot of this company. All right, let me just test. I'm going to send it over to her. And Jane, what is your email? You're not your work one though. Can I send it to you?
My personal email?
Yeah, so you can play with it.
It's actually the same, jane.trivet@gmail.com.
No way, is it?
Yeah. I get a little confused sometimes when I'm sending out emails.
Is it jane.trivet at Gmail?
Yeah, you got it. Put an E on Jane.
Oh, I knew that. But I have to do this too, just because I've tested this a million times. I don't want to, let's see. at Gmail. All right. So she is going to get an email, and when she opens it up, you can do it now.
Just
We
right
can-
now?
We,
Am
we
I on the
can,
spot?
we can, but actually I don't want you to finish it because I want to show them what it looks like in the portal. But we'll show that. We could do it afterwards. It'll be a nice little test. So she's got an email, and so I can, as the applicant, can continue to filling this out. And while we can work in parallel, but don't do it right yet, Jane. So we're at the financial documents here, and we know we have to collect the 3 months of your bank account information. And we went through here and we kind of went a little bit detailed of what we want, what we don't want. So it could be savings, money market, sweep accounts. Give us those 3 months. That's what we want. So the user has ability to download information and add it over. So let me just grab something over here. And they can attach it right then and there. At that point, they hit continue. And based on the amount of money that we asked for, anything over $150,000, they have to provide 2 years of it. So
Okay.
we're showing the screen here. And depending on the amount, if it was like, I think it's 1.5 million, it has to be audited by a CPA audited. So it's like dynamic. I think I only asked for $500,000. So you can provide us with any of these here. And we give information to what it means, but it will take any of these 4. But as we get greater with our request, it becomes more, I think, stringent, or is that the word for it, or just more reviewed at a higher level.
Okay.
Okay. So then they would just upload their 2 years here.
But that's
again,
no different than what it would be. Sorry, Dottie. That's no different than what it would be today, right? Even though we're using the Boca application, I think
Correct.
You
Okay.
got it. Yeah, we're just making it a more user-friendly, easier to look at too. Yeah. Again, I worked really closely with Jane in the actual Boca to make it. We didn't change any of those. These are bank requirements, so they're going to be the same no matter how we collect this data.
right. Okay.
Yep. Okay. And then we just do this. A lot of things that kind of get kicked back to here at WEX is that we don't get the past 6 months, and we want those past 6 months. So it's just a quick little friendly reminder. Hey, make sure you upload the past. Make sure it's the most recent 6 months of your year-end financials. If they said no, we'll give them another screen to upload it. But if they say yes, they can move on. And then at that point here, we land at the very end. And again, they can acknowledge and submit this. They also have the terms and conditions, and I don't have this uploaded yet, but we will have they'll have to review the terms and accept the terms and conditions. So a modal will pop up, and it'll have the terms and conditions that you've agreed upon with WEX. They just scroll through it and they accept it, and then they accept this, and that's kind of like their signature, and that's like their full contract with us at that point. So I'm going to acknowledge it. So just assume I accepted the terms and conditions. I'm here. Everything looks great. I can print it out here, and it'll have everything that I entered in as a customer along with my terms and conditions. And then if I don't want to print it out, it's up to you. We can continue to the tasks. And that's what I wanted to show you. And that's what Jane got. So a little bit of background here. We're not going to give this, we're not sending this over to the bank until we have all the correct information. And we're waiting on that BOE. So once Jane completes that, we'll send it over we'll automatically send it to the bank. Like it'll go to the bank's queue. Well, right here, the customer can see that, oh, we need some additional information right now. And what we need is we need to collect the details from the person with control or the BO right here. So this is where here's a task that the customer would have. And it's showing that it's waiting for Jane to fill it out, or I can go in there. Like if she just can't get her stuff together, I'm like, Jane, give it to me, I'll do it, and I can still do it for her.
Mm-hmm.
So we're giving some more options to collect this information as fast as possible and get it to the person. So we'll complete it right here. We can go in here and I could complete it. I could fill it out for her, or I can just wait and then Jane can do it. And then when Jane does it, it just will fall off and it'll go to the bank. So it's just like a little. And this is portal here. We're going to use this again. Like, for example, if the customer did not send in the right financials or didn't submit the financials, we'll send a task to the customer here and say, hey, you didn't give us the 2 years of financials. They'll get a task in this portal. They don't have to remember this portal. They don't have to bookmark it or anything. We will send an email to the customer to say, go on out here. Hey, we need some additional information from you. It's going to make it faster instead of going through all these people. The bank's going to talk to the customer, get that information, get it back to us, back and forth until we get everything that we need.
And all that branding, right, Daddy? These emails back and forth
will be all
whatever
branded.
branding you provide to us. So
Yep.
the Wyndham powered by
Mhm.
Edenred or Edenred Pay Direct.
Yep.
Both
Mhm.
Yep.
sets.
Will be all branded accordingly. Yes, that's correct. So I don't know, Jane, you don't have to fill out your portion of it. I don't think it matters. I just kind of wanted them to get the full picture of what
I did
this
get the
for-
email.
Oh, you did? Yay. Okay, good.
Would
Okay.
we, and maybe this is the segue or close to the segue, but would we see this status? So here you have a prospect who hasn't finished, but obviously close to finishing.
Mhm.
Would that be
You got it.
accessible to us where it's like, oh, okay, I can nudge Jane to finish her part or to make sure that she knows that there's something there waiting for her action?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So it's through all through the communities.
Communities. Okay.
Communities. Let's see, stars. So I have a
Digital
deck.
credit app communities.
Digital credit app community. Yeah, this is my little fancy slide deck. We are working on setting it up for you all here. I could probably go in and show you one at some point, but I have some nice slides. I think I can walk you through it. And when we get to a little bit better, when I'm ready to go, I can actually, we'll have to give you a username and password for you to have access and get into this and actually use it. So we get closer, you'll actually be able to get in there and play with it a little bit too. But I thought it'd be nice just to kind of show you what it looks like from this perspective, if that's okay with you all.
Sure.
So you'll have a username and you'll have a password, and you'll log in, and it'll show you, which I don't have in this deck, on this deck here, but it, like when you first log in, it'll just have a list of all of the applications that you have and their statuses, and it'll be just specific to you all. Like both, I'm sure I'll give it to you, Ryan and Molly, so you'll see the exact same view of all the applications coming in, and it'll be just like a running list. And then you can drill into each one of them to kind of understand a little bit what's happening. And so there's like opportunities and there's application records. An opportunity hasn't been submitted to the bank yet, and then an application record is the actual bank has it. So you'll have two views there, and I could show you, this is kind of what it looks like. When you drill into an opportunity, you're going to see where it's at. It's in a negotiating stage right here. You know, not a ton of information we're giving out here. It's just kind of like who they are, what they're doing, when it's closing date, and then a little bit about the account, and you can drill into the account here as well. The account tab, you can see like the bank information we're providing you if the customer entered bank information. I don't know if you need it on your side to set them up on your side from a banking, but we will provide that. We'll provide the tax ID of the customer. We'll provide you with their billing address, all the information about the customer. So you'll have it here that you can drill into. And then let me see here. So here's the actual, this is the record, and this is probably what you are really probably interested in, I think. So once an application is with the bank, and then we have what the credit line here, they're asking for 12,500. You can see that information. You could see the decision on here that was made. But what is really crucial here is this widget, and we call it a widget. It's the digital credit application. I don't know, it's our internal term. You don't have to call it a widget. But this is like your insight into everything about the application. And I'll show you what it is on the next page. Let's see here. So this is the widget. Every application will have this. You will see a progress indicator. So if it's been submitted, you'll see if it's submitted. If it's not, it'll be pended. Well, you'll also be able to see last page of the application. If the customer got stuck on the financial tab, you'd say it was financial tab. And that'd probably be like, well, hey, why is that customer getting not able to move through the financial tab? That could be a quick phone call like, oh, I didn't have my tax ID, or I don't know, whatever it is. So there's a reason why they stopped. I'm sorry, Molly?
No, I didn't say anything. Sorry.
Oh, I'm hearing background. It could be me.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I was caught up my audio.
No, you're fine. And then also the verification method, it is only SMS at this point. So you'll even see that the customer went in and actually did, actually started the application and went in. And another really cool feature here is that application link. You can copy that to your URL. So let's just say your customer can't find it, misplaced it, wherever it may be, you can grab that and you can shoot it over to your customer, and they can go ahead and actually log in with, and they just have to get in using their email, and they can get into the application that way and complete that for them as well. So there's, a couple ways we're helping you self-serve, helping them self-serve, and also helping you self-serve as well. Okay, so that's on so you can kind of understand where it's at. And then this one here, those are just kind of breaking down what each of the data, you can see what they all mean. We define every single status on here, but it could be not started, abandoned, save for later. Again, those are just some definitions, and we can share this deck over with you as well.
Yeah.
And then again, it's just explaining what the last page means. So there's, again, I just kind of broke down, I kind of went over high level. What I like here is the contacts. So for example, with, I sent it over to Jane for the person with control or the business owner. I sent that over to her. And if she didn't complete it, you would see that it's pending and there'd be a link there. So for example, Jane is, you're like, oh, come on, Jane, you got to finish this. She's like, I don't know where it is. You as not that you would do that, Jane, but as a sales, as both you, Ryan, or Molly helping with these applicants or customers, you're going to say, oh, you know what, Dottie, Jane didn't do it. And you can grab that and you can help initiate that too for them. You can send it to them. So multiple ways to get it to the customer, to get them over. I also wanted to know, when we send that email to Jane, if she doesn't finish it today, we're going to send her another one tomorrow and another week and then another week. So we have a series of 4 emails that we're going to be nudging these customers to complete whatever information we request. We're going to like nudge them 4 times. So just want to give you a heads up on that as well. So yeah, you can see who all these people are here, which I think is a nice insight. And then this last one is the tab, the task tab that we had. And you can see here, when we collect information that, like we were saying, if I didn't get those financials, you can see it here, what we're waiting on. And it'll show you what we're waiting on, when it was, the status of it all that. And you can kind of like help them manage and usher this around, like, oh, we really haven't got that business owner information yet. That's what we're waiting on. Or the business physical address, the BPAB, we didn't get that back. Or so there's a subset of these little tasks that we have that the bank is going to reach out to the customer, and you're going to be able to see them here, where they are and what their status are. So you're not questioning anymore, like, what are we waiting on for? Like, where did that email go? It's all right here for you and for the customer. And then I think, yeah, that's like that whole widget that I was talking. I think that's the entire widget of the communities portion of it. And so I think that's where you will kind of live and hang out, and that's how you'll be able to manage and monitor all of your applications at that point.
Are there, and I apologize, I got
No.
a chat happened separately, but is there a separate like reporting piece to give, like if we had 10 applications in, some sort of status? So you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
to look at them holistically versus individually?
Yeah, well, you will see a list view of all of them, and you can filter on them, like in their statuses. So you'll have some ability to filter on that list. I think, Jane, if we really wanted to be more creative with reports, we'd have to probably go back to like the drawing, like see what we can offer up to send some reports. I don't know how you do that today.
Yeah, I think it's really a general question, and I think it's like being able to see everything on the one page, which we just don't have a snippet of.
Okay.
Like you
that
don't
makes
have to
sense. So
always
it's not
be
like
in the
every
widget.
open up each one to see what's.
Yeah, when you
what the
log it
status
into
is.
communities, you would just see all the like that. Yes.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but please don't look at this one though, because it's not. I didn't share anything with you. I didn't want to share anything. Sorry, you didn't see anything, right?
I can't hold the information in my brain anyway that for very long.
Our WEX, like our WEX work here does not use community, so like I'd be like, I'd show you all my WEX stuff, but it's
But yeah, it will look similar to what you see today in communities.
It'll be a
It will
list
just
of
have
list.
list fields.
Mhm.
Okay.
It has a create a date, stage, contact, opportunity record, the owner, who it is, and so and we can tweak those to like the columns and stuff like that to see what you want to see.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops, wrong one. No, that's Jane. Yeah, thanks for sending that one to me.
What's the WASA?
Our other acronym for standard T's and C's. It stands for the WEX Account and Service Agreement.
And this will be, so when I was telling you that there'll be a link for terms and conditions, this is what the customer will see. And see that it has your specific information right here to that will be shown. So that's your customer will have to scroll through all of that, and then they'll have to accept it.
Do you have this, Molly? I feel like
this is in your agreement today.
Yeah.
In with I think we have like 6 different amendments, 5 different amendments.
Yeah.
But I can send you a copy of it.
If you could, that'd be great.
Sure.
I think I have an old snippet of one that sometimes I'm asked to give to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, Jane, so for next steps,
With the
Yeah.
Eden Red team knows that they need to send us the marketing material so we can program it, and then we can send you the final digital credit application with all the branding for both Eden Red and then Wyndham powered by Eden Red. So we can get those set up, and then you'll be able to go through and, you know, double check, make sure that all of the terms not the terms and conditions, but the billing terms are accurate and what you want to be seeing. And then we'll lock down as many fields as possible on where customers like don't really have a choice, right? Like days to pay,
Okay.
different things like that.
Sure. Like just kind of
Um,
like hard coded in there.
Correct. Anything that we can make easier for the customer is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so once we have those built out, even some of the email communications, what the portal will look like, then we'll send all of that over for your final review, and then we'll be live. Well, let me see what Molly says here.
Oh man.
My audio doesn't work with Google. So sorry. But Jane, can we make sure the sales team? Yeah, we can do another demo with the sales team or anyone that needs to be trained at Wyndham or internally.
Yep.
It would be great, I think, to do that one when everything's perfectly branded so that
Yep.
there's no questions and can be a little bit more streamlined.
Um,
Do you feel like there's a chance that we'll have the marketing materials shortly?
Yes, I haven't sent this over to Chandler. I have to send him this meeting after this, but explaining so tech wise though, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Tech wise, nothing will change, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah, because that's the biggest concern is we just don't want to have to do any kind of legwork on the technical piece. But if it's just like a link change, then that's totally fine. I have that email, so I will get with him and get that over to you probably next week.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'll actually start build now that I have the terms and conditions, Jane. I'll submit it for the emails to get all built out, and then I can build up the credit application with what I have. I'll use the branding that I have, but I really want like the official sign-off branding from Molly and Ryan when I get that opportunity, so we can make sure it's exactly what you want. Yeah, so this is exciting. I'm really glad that you guys were able to see it, and hopefully it meets your customers' needs. Hopefully it's easier, quicker, streamlined, modern looking, all of the above.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Gosh,
Definitely
Molly.
more secure, which is what we're going for.
number one, security.
Molly, when you said getting with Chandler, is that specific about the branding for the Wyndham piece?
For Wyndham, yeah.
Okay. So that leaves the, just Eden Red direct stuff.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Which
Okay.
we don't get as many applications, right? So
That's
it's
where I
not
was
a
going to
huge
ask and
rush,
confirm.
but like the sooner the better, right? So we just have it ready for the next time an application comes in. I feel like
Okay.
the Wyndham team, when we spoke to them, Molly, is like they're eager for a better solution too. And so like the faster we can all move on that would be great. And that has just more volume of applications. And that's
Right.
also the one that we're trying to test with like our new onboarding process. So like a huge uplift in the turnaround time from application to first dollar of spend across multiple of our investments in new products. So I think that the Wyndham in particular will feel a huge increase in customer satisfaction.
Yeah, that's the goal. I think so
All right.
too. It'll look better and it'll be easier for us to use and get back to them with their questions faster. So
And hopefully they won't have as many, right? Like the two
Yeah,
that we
I
had this
mean-
week that were big problems shouldn't even get to the bank. So better experience all around. All right, then, Molly, we'll
Correct.
talk on Monday for our Monday call.
yes. I'm just looking for that branding email. Hopefully I'll be able
I
to
can,
find it.
yeah, I'll resend it with the WASA.
You
Okay.
know it'll be Monday before we know it, though.
Unfortunately.
Way to take that one into your Friday, huh?
A lot of
Trying to enjoy
fun
my
to have
weekend.
first throughout the weekend. All right.
All right, very
Well,
nice
thanks,
meeting you,
everyone.
Molly,
You too.
Ryan. Thanks,
No,
Jane.
Thanks, Dottie,
care.
for your time.
Bye.
Thank you, Jane.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're organizing, Jane.